Hello everyone, once again Nightmare here. This time we are coming to you from Monza for the FIA race that was recently held there. It is a 20-lap race, running grade 4 cars, using hard tires only. I'm going to be using the Chevy Corvette, which is the manufacturer that I chose for this account. As you can see there, I'm starting 4th. I chose the Corvette because one of the guys on my team is particularly good with it, and I figured if I'm going to improve my racing, I would follow him around, see how he drives it. Also because it's really good on gas and really good on tires, so it winds up not being such a big issue in a lot of these longer races, and it's got good all-around power. It works, handles pretty well. It takes a little bit of getting used to. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna start off 4th here, and as soon as we run through the lineup here, we'll get the race going. My strategy for this race is the no-stop strategy. That's pretty much what everybody was running. Like I said, the Corvette's pretty good on tires, pretty good on fuel. You have to short shift some, but it's not too terrible. Excuse me. And away we go. As always, you can pretty much expect chaos going into the first chicane here at Monza. Second chicane is almost as bad, but the first one, you're always looking behind you for dive bombers. Sometimes you find them, sometimes you don't. Every once in a while you get lucky. There you see Emmanuel making a pretty good move on 2nd place. It wasn't a dive bomb, it was a good, clean, strong move. I don't know about you guys, but I think that Gran Turismo, of all the racing games, those shots of the cars, as the wide shots, I think those are just one of the best in the business. Right there, I got into killing speed just a little bit. I didn't intend to. Just got kind of crossed up coming out of the chicane. He moved over a little bit. I moved the opposite way, and we just kind of came together there. Like I said, no intent. It just kind of happened. So right now, the guy in 1st place, Slowcap, has a 1-second penalty. He has to serve that, so I actually managed to take the lead coming out of Lesmo 2. And right at this point, I'm just kind of seeing how long I can hold on to it. Coming up on a scar here for the first time. Get through there pretty well. So far, everybody's been pretty clean, as far as I could tell. That Aston Martin is strong down the straightaways. He gave me a little nudge right there. I'm not going to hold it against him though. I mean, you know, trying to hold that line down that tight, going that fast, it gets kind of difficult. I'm not mad at him for it. It wasn't a big deal. If, you know, had he pushed me off the track, that might have been a little more irritating, but it was just a little bit of a nudge. Threw a little elbow out, make some room. I missed my braking point just a bit there. That's why he came back around on the outside of that first part of the chicane. But in doing so, he cut the corner a little bit and got himself a 1-second penalty. So again, you know, I'm running in top 3, and throwing out elbows here and there. Like I said, no real huge contact, just enough to get the point across, hey, I'm here. It's good hard racing, but it's not dirty racing at this point. So again, coming out of the Lesmos, I got a guy in the lead, got a 1 second penalty that he has to serve, so I'm going to try and get around him. Which I actually do manage to do. It didn't show the pass because I was on the wide shot, but I still think that's an absolutely gorgeous shot right there. One of my big problems on this corner, the Parabolica, is I'll miss my braking point probably right around half the time. I'll go in just a little bit too deep, or I'll hit the brakes just a little bit too early. But man, when you hit it right, it is a really good feeling to hit that thing the way it needs to be. Consistency on my braking points is something that I really need to work on, especially when the tires start to wear out. Figuring out how much further back I have to hit the brakes. That is something that I really need to work on. Consistency in general is something that I need to work on. So far I'm holding on pretty well. Got PSRT guy behind me. I know he's fast. I know a lot of the other guys in this race are fast as well, so I'm just basically hanging on for dear life right at this point, trying to make sure I hit my marks. Don't do anything really goofy and slow myself down too much. I just love the sound of that Corvette going down the straightaway. There's nothing quite like the sound of a big V8 hauling ass down the straightaways. Yeah, as you can see, the PSRT guy is gaining on me. Right now I'm just concentrating on making my marks, making sure that I keep on the line as much as I can, keep this Corvette moving as fast as I can make it move. And right there I missed my braking point, completely made a hatch of that chicane. And that's what I'm talking about when I mean, when I say that I got to work on my consistency. That's the kind of thing that I mean. I'll make these little silly mistakes that, you know, all of us make. Even the best guys make mistakes every once in a while, but they just don't make them nearly as often as us guys who hang around in the B classes. So yeah, getting more consistent is my #1 goal. Getting up to the A level and staying there. I've been there a couple of times, but I always get knocked back down, just get my lunch handed to me while I'm there. Yeah, it's just, my main goal is to be more consistent. My secondary goal is to get to the A's and actually stay there. So the PSRT guy is well within my slipstream coming down the straightaway, going into Parabolica. So I'm just trying to make sure I hit my braking point, get around there well. But that NSX is pretty stout. Here he makes a dive on me going to the inside, but he completely outbrakes himself. So he comes across, right across my nose, blasts me a good one. I was not happy at this point, not even a little bit. It was a bold move on his part that he just couldn't hold on to. So now I fall all the way back to 4th again. Back where I started, but still I'm not pleased with it. But I know if I can keep close to this Audi, even if with him having that penalty, if he hadn't had that penalty, I knew that if I kept close to him coming up on the chicane or coming up on the straightaway, that I had the power to get around him. Fortunately, I didn't have to wait till the straightaway. I kind of just moved around him in the Lesmo. He moved out of the way, which was really, really cool of him. Again, I go a little bit too deep at the parabola, or parabolica, sorry. Any of my Italian friends, I apologize. So now I got a Corvette right behind me, so I know he's got as much pace as I do. And again, the PSRT guy in the NSX, he's coming up, so I decided to go a little defensive down here. Brake as late as I can, try and get into the corner good. Get through there pretty well. Go on board where I'm normally at here. Real quick setup, get the information on the screen here. Sorry about that, guys. There we go, that's better. At some point I'll actually remember to start recording these races as I'm running them so we can actually see the times and stuff on the left hand side. But for the time being, I'm just going with the replays till I get used to actually recording them while I'm doing them. Get a little bit too wide coming out of that second part of this Ascari chicane. Again, it's just a consistency thing. I'll get there. I missed my braking point coming in the Parabolica. That allows the PSRT guy to get around me. But again, I'm in the Corvette. I know if I've got a slipstream, I'm close enough to gain on him enough to be able to go inside here. Now, the one thing I don't want to do is miss my braking point like he did when he went around me. And fortunately, I hit it right here. I know he's got the pace to get around me again. I'm just going to try and hold him off for as long as I possibly can. While we've got a little bit of a break here in the action, I would like to remind you that if you like what you see, like what you hear, Please hit that subscribe button, hit a like, give us a comment down in the comment section. It's all much appreciated. So there, I make a hash out of the chicane once again. Hitting it consistently has always been my weakness, and I don't know at my age whether I'll actually be able to get away from that or not, but I do my best to try. Now that right there, I don't know. I mean, he pushed me a little bit wide. It could have been considered kind of a, not necessarily a dirty move, but at least iffy. I don't know, you know, he could have given me more room than that. So, but again, now I've got this Audi in front of me. The bad thing about the Group 4 Audi though is it kind of, as you're going down the straightaway, it just kind of falls flat on its face, like that. I mean, it just doesn't have the grunt behind it to stay ahead when someone's close, like I was. And again, he's got the inside track coming out of the last corner, but again, he just doesn't have quite enough oomph to get past me again, or to at least get far enough up beside me to make the move stick. Now, you're not actually going to hear me complain about that, because to me, I'm happy with that fact that I can outpower him down the straightaway. So I finally get back around him. Now I'm chasing down third place again. It's kind of become the theme of this race so far. I'm chasing down third and trying to keep myself from falling back further than fourth. Go a little defensive here on this chicane, trying to make sure that Audi stays behind me, because I know I can get him coming out of the corners. So if I can keep him behind me, I can gain a little bit there, keep him a little further behind me. Once again, the PSRT guy is running with a penalty. Not sure exactly where he got that. I'm pretty sure he got it before the contact with me the last time. So now that Audi's fallen off, so I can take a little bit of a breath and just concentrate on chasing down Slow Captain here. Hopefully I can get close enough. I'm hoping I can get close enough to him that I can catch his slipstream and just have him kind of pull me up towards the front more. Because at this point, the leader and second place are kind of just walking away from me. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit too far behind him to get the effect of the slipstream. It happens. I mean, not a lot I can do about it other than just try to hit my marks. Completely missed my braking point. Again, the consistency is just not there. So little by little, the front three are just pulling away from me. Again, not much I can do about it, other than try and keep my lines clean, not make dumb mistakes like I made in the Ascari last lap. Again, too hot going into the second chicane. Drove it in too deep, messed up my line going through it, so I lost a bunch of time. Thing is, not only does it throw you off for that coming out of the corner, but it kind of throws me off for the next corner or two until I can get my rhythm back. I don't know whether, you know, how it affects everybody else. A lot of guys will just recover from it, no problem, but I just, yeah, it throws me off. Well, somehow, some way, the guy in third place, Emmanuel, he made a mistake that allowed the PSRT to get around him, and it also allowed me to gain quite a bit on him. Oh, well, so he ghosted for some reason. Don't know whether his controller died or... Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. He just ghosted and couldn't quite understand what happened, but I'm going to take it. It puts me up on a podium position. I'll definitely take it. So right here I'm gaining just a little bit of time on the second place car. But there's really not much happening. I've got 4 or 5 seconds of him, and I got 10 seconds or so to the driver behind me. Maybe even more than that at this point, I'm not sure. But at this point, not a lot happens. So we are going to move ahead a little bit. Alright, so now we pick it up back here on starting lap 18. As you can see, I've started to gain a little on the second place car. And I had been gaining on him pretty steadily for the last couple of laps. I don't know whether his tires were going away or whether he was having to fuel save or what the case was, but I was gaining on him pretty hard, so I decided to start pushing a little more and see if I could catch up to him, maybe get around him before the end of the last lap. Because third place is good, but second place would be better. Coming through the second chicane there, I've definitely gained some, and you can see how much I gained on him. Get a little bit loose coming, or a little bit wide coming out of Lesmo 2. Loses me some time there. the plot thickens. As you can see, the second place driver has picked up a penalty. I can't quite see whether it's a half second or a second. I'm guessing a half second for cutting one of the corners back there in the chicane, or in the Ascari, sorry. But yeah, now things are going to get real interesting. Got 2 laps to go. I'm pretty close, getting pretty close to him, and he's got a half second penalty to deal with. So yeah, things could get interesting here during the last couple of laps. Again, I can catch this guy. Yeah, I wind up going too hot into the first chicane, overcooked the corner. Such is life. Fortunately, I didn't get a penalty for it, so I still have a chance to catch up to him. Because I think, at this point, I'm guessing that his tires are fading, like, pretty seriously. As you can see, our left front's getting pretty worn, making it a little difficult to take all these right-hand corners, but, I mean, he's got to be dealing with the same thing. Everybody's dealing with the same thing pretty much at this point. So he serves his half-second penalty. That gives me a chance to really, really close the gaps by a good amount. So going into Ascari, I'm feeling pretty confident here that I can catch up to him. I know I've been getting a good run coming out of Parabolica for the last few laps. So I'm hoping I can, either he brakes a little too late, or he's got to take it a lot slower because of his tires, or hopefully I just hit my mark and I get a little bit loose coming in, not too bad, so I still get a pretty decent run coming out. And here we go, final lap. Can I get close enough to overtake? We shall see. You see, I'm gaining a lot of time on him in under braking, pretty much. It's all under braking, so that's why I'm guessing that his tires were really going away on him. And there it is. The inconsistency in the second chicane finally got me. Missed my braking point by just a little bit. Wound up cutting that second corner coming out. So any chance I had of catching him for second place, yeah, it's gone. But I had quite a gap on third place, or on fourth place, I'm sorry, at that point. So, I'll take a podium any day of the week in an FIA race. I would have liked to have had the second place, but I'll take that third podium spot. Could I have caught him if I hadn't gotten the penalty? Maybe. I don't know. I could have caught him. I don't think I'm not sure I would have been able to get around him. But it would have been fun to find out. So anyway, yeah, we just kind of settled in for third place. Went with that, called it good. Gained some decent points for me anyway. Gained some decent points. Got a really good result. So as always, thank you for watching. Till I see you next time. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, leave us a comment. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Was my best decision.